The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It's the most anticipated draft, perhaps, in Jets history, with 3 first-round picks already in 2027. So Todd McShay dropped his first way too early 27 mock draft, and it gives you the kind of idea on what type of season it will be for the Jets. We'll get into that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Jets, let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans and Knicks fans. Let's go Knicks tonight. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show presented by PrizePicks. Hey, before I forget, I want to remind people, join the Patreon if you haven't already. We had a bunch of you sign up today, which is awesome. Shout out to Robin Boy Wonders, Edward Morales, and Scott Piazza, who signed up for the year. Couple days left in April if you want your name included in the intro for the month of May, plus all the bonus perks you get, including Discord access, exclusive events like the one on July 11th you'll find out about before the general public, a discount on every item in the merch store, and more. Check it out, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. A lot to talk about with the Jets solo episode today. So if you want in on the conversation, the link to call in is already pinned. But look, let's be fully transparent about what's coming for the New York Jets in 2027. Yes, of course, we got to get through the 2026 season. But based on how the Jets handled this offseason, all eyes are on the 2027 QB class. We don't need to pretend otherwise. We could be all in on Geno Smith and hope that Geno could give us the 2015 Ryan Fitzpatrick season, right? We could hold out hope that Cade Klubnik could somehow be the long-term answer. But if you're placing a bet on who the quarterback of the New York Jets will be in 2027, there is a strong possibility, I would say 90%, maybe even higher, that player is in college football in 2026. Now, maybe, if the Jets actually get into the supplemental draft with Brendan Sorsby, this conversation will be a moot point and things will change. But I'm not going to go there yet because there's so much unknown with that situation. But here's your 2027 quarterback class, right? And there's a good chance that there'll be a name that emerges that is not even on the list that you see on your screen. There's a good chance of that. No one knew who Fernando Mendoza was going into this past year's college football season. So I want to warn people that before we break down some of the craziness from this first McShay mock of 2027, that a year ago, Todd McShay had the Jets drafting Garrett Nussmeier first overall in this very same exercise he did for the Ringer last year. I want to remind people that Field Yates, who I think is a phenomenal football evaluator for ESPN, he had Cade Klubnik as his number 3 overall player going into the college football season behind only Lenora Sellers and Arch Manning. So I am aware crazy things happen over the course of a football season. That is the caveat before we go through the first of what will be many mock drafts for us Jet fans, because the Jets have 3 first-round picks in the 27 draft. And let's be real, we're going to be hate watching a lot of teams. We always hate watch the Patriots, the Bills, the Dolphins. Some of you can't stand the Giants, right? We always hate watch those teams. But now there's a separate type of hate watch that we've never quite experienced. The Indianapolis Colts, again, the Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers. The Jets get the better of the first-round pick between either Dallas or Green Bay. They also get the Colts pick, and they have their own. So here we go. Todd McShay's way too early 2027 mock draft. I pay for McShay's newsletter, so you don't have to. And let's go through it here on the show. And McShay even notes that this is supposed to be fun and entertainment, and the order of the mock was determined using FanDuel's 2027 Super Bowl odds as of April 26th. So keep that in mind as you see the draft order. But it's important to note that I know we've said, hey, wait till next year, right? McShay even says, I'll say this on the 27 NFL draft class. Believe the hype, I know, just wait until next year, especially as it pertains to quarterbacks, is a common refrain in draft circles. But 2027 really is different. I've spent the past few days talking with league sources to gauge how front offices view this group, and the excitement is clear. We could be looking at the most talented draft class in the history of the NFL. So, okay, there's your jumping off point. The New York Jets are on the clock, and according to FanDuel, the Jets have the worst odds to win the Super Bowl, so they're picking number 1 overall, and the New York Jets take Arch Manning. Arch Manning to the New York Jets. If you're making odds today, whether or not Arch Manning will go number 1 in the draft, you would say he's the favorite. But that doesn't mean when push comes to shove, he will actually end up living up to the enormous amount of hype that is surrounding him. But going into the year, Arch Manning is absolutely going to be looked at as the top dog going in to the NFL draft. He just is. And if you look at the recruiting class and the transfers that Texas has had, some of the players they've added, they're going to be the favorites in all likelihood to win the college football national title. And if you look at the way Arch played down the stretch, there was probably no quarterback playing better than Arch Manning, even Fernando Mendoza. And there's some people who believe if Arch had declared, he still would have went ahead of Fernando this year. I don't know if I buy that necessarily, but that's the hype around Arch Manning. McShay wrote, the Jets have the most glaring QB need in the league and have for a while. It came down to Arch Manning and Oregon's Dante Moore here, but I'm giving Manning the slight edge. He continued to improve throughout his first season as a starter, and his mobility is a perfect fit for the modern NFL. Now, a couple things here. I don't think the Jets are going to be the worst team in the league. I really don't. I would be surprised if the Jets had the number 1 pick in the draft unless they traded up for it, which certainly could happen given the fact they have 2 additional first rounders besides their own, as we all know. But I would be surprised because I think ultimately when you look at what the Jets have done this offseason, they have, I think, not slightly improved. I think they've dramatically improved. I'm not telling you this is a good team because obviously there's major questions with several key areas of this roster, and the head coach looked inept for most of his first year. So I don't think the Jets are a great team, but I don't think they're the worst team in the league. They were the worst team in the league this year. The problem is the Raiders had the same record, and while the Jets had a way worse point differential, the way the NFL determines the draft order is by strength of schedule. So by 0.13 percentage points, the New York Jets were behind the Raiders, and thus the Raiders got the number 1 pick. The Jets were the worst team in football this past year. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They were historically inept on defense, and they were historically inept on offense. They had historically great special teams, which is why they ended up winning 3 games. If they didn't have an elite special teams unit, do they not have only 1 win? Like, again, remember the type of team we were watching this past year. They broke records of ineptitude in the month of December. Their win total at most of the sports books is around 5.5. Maybe it will push closer to 6, 6.5 maybe if we get to week 1. There is a reason why the New York Jets are thought to be bad. But I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league because they weren't this past year. They couldn't get the number 1 pick. Well, they were, but they weren't, as I explained. Like, the Jets never get the number 1 pick. As bad as they have been, they're never bad enough in that given year. They're just in general bad, right? Longest playoff drought in sports. But I don't think the Jets are picking number 1. I think the only way the New York Jets are picking number 1 is if they're trading up for the number 1 pick. Let's say the Raiders finish number 1 again. Well, they're not going to take a quarterback, so they would trade out, right? What happened with the Jaguars the year that they had the number 1 pick. Now, they couldn't find a trade partner, but they weren't going to take a quarterback a couple of years back. Yeah, they took Walker. I had Trevor Lawrence. So, like, you could see a team be bad in consecutive years and be picking near the top. But again, the Jets are an improved football team is the other thing we should highlight here. You tell me how this team is picking first in the draft. Seriously, I'm not telling you the Jets have this elite offense or any of that. But if Geno plays most of the year, you mean to tell me an offense that has Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, Mason Taylor, A.D. Mitchell, and 3/5 of your offensive line is above average? You're going to tell me that's the worst team in football? I get it. The defense stunk last year, but it's hard to be worse than Steve Wilkes was as the DC. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Aaron Glenn, but he's better than Steve Wilkes. He's going to call a better defense than Wilkes did.
Play call is my superpower, really.
You added David Bailey to that defense. You added Minka Fitzpatrick to that defense. You went out there and you traded for Tavondre Sweat. He's a perfect scheme fit. You added D'Angelo Pons in the draft to that defense. Like, this should not be the worst team in the league. So I know you're the March for Arch crowd, and we had some fun with it on our show. We're selling those shirts as a goof. But I don't think this is the worst team in the league. So if Arch Manning is a Jet, he might not be a Jet because the Jets took him number 1 overall. He could have been the second quarterback that was drafted. We don't know. Remember the Suck for Sam season? It's 10 years ago now, 2017. That entire year was about, can the Jets be the worst team in the league so they could draft Sam Darnold out of USC? Now, look, they drafted Sam Darnold out of USC, but that year the Jets finished with the 6th pick in the draft. They traded up to number 3 on St. Patrick's Day in 2018, and we still didn't know who they were going to take because it wasn't clear who Cleveland and it wasn't clear who the Giants were going to take. And ultimately, Cleveland goes with Baker Mayfield. The Giants took Saquon Barkley, and there's Sam Darnold staring the Jets in the face. So we don't know how it's going to play out. But everyone's just talking about, Arch Manning to the Jets. 1, Arch has to have a big year. And 2, the Jets got to be in position to get him. And I don't think it's going to be because they were just the worst team in the league and the number 1 pick's on their own. Again, the Jets just never get the number 1 pick. They'll win a game they're not supposed to, as they did this year. They'll finish tied with another team and lose out on strength of schedule percentage points. So if Arch lives up to the hype, I don't think the Jets can get him. Because if a team is picking number 1 overall, why wouldn't they just take Arch Manning if he's as good as we think? I don't care who the team's quarterback is within reason. If there's a catastrophic injury, let's say, to, Joe Burrow, and the Bengals are picking number 1, I don't know if they would take Arch Manning. Although maybe they would, and then they trade Burrow, and then maybe the Jets, I don't know. Maybe not the best example. Because then you had the whole Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning thing. But let's say it's like, Josh Allen. Something crazy happens and the Bills are in that spot. Like, I don't think the Bills would do that. They'd trade out. Now, the Jets wouldn't be able to get a deal done with the Bills, I don't think. But you understand my point. Like, I just don't see the Jets being able to get Arch Manning unless Arch Manning is not the first quarterback off the board, which could happen. Because we saw this with Sam Darnold. 2027 is setting up to be 2017 all over again. That's the vibes I'm getting. Now, Geno's better than Josh McCown, but Josh McCown had the Jets at 3-2 in 2017. They actually were 5-8. They were respectable. And then McCown suffered a hand injury. His season was over. Bryce Petty started the last 3 games of the year, and the Jets finished 5-11. But that team was scrappy. That team at least fought when they had competent quarterback play. And I know Geno's probably not great, but I don't think he's as bad as he looked with the Raiders. The Jets could protect him. They gave him weapons. This team is not bereft of talent. So McShay has the Jets obviously going quarterback, and that's going to be a big story. Has them picking Arch Manning, all that. We'll see. Arch is not the only quarterback that's going to be in this draft, as we showed you on that graphic. And look, early on here, take a look at the mock. Now, this surprised me. As the Dolphins taking Jeremiah Smith, let's be honest. If they're picking 2nd overall, they're not taking a receiver at 2. They're going to take a quarterback. They're not. Malik Willis obviously failed if the Dolphins are picking at number 2. So I'm going to ignore the receiver pick here. I don't care how good Jeremiah Smith's supposed to be. I don't see it happening. At 3, here's the run on quarterbacks. You ready? Cardinals take Dante Moore, who would have been a Jet, I believe, if he declared this year. At 4, the Browns take Lenora Sellers. I watched a lot of Sellers last year because we were all expecting this great quarterback class of 2026 that didn't pan out, and Sellers was supposed to be one of them, right? Field Yates had him ahead of Cade Klubnik going into the year. That didn't happen. Now, maybe another year in school, this is the year Sellers puts it together, but we will see. But none of us know, right? Again, Fernando Mendoza was thought to be, I heard from some scouts and NFL people, maybe a 2nd-round guy, and then he goes to Indiana, and look what happened. So guys get better, just like guys get worse. So we got to factor that in as well. So maybe Sellers breaks out. Who knows? Sellers reminds me a lot of Anthony Richardson, though, and I know McShay even notes that Sellers is the better passer than him, but I don't know. If you remind people of one of the bigger busts we've seen in recent years, I don't know if I want to take you in the top 4. He'd be a perfect Brown selection, though. Let's be real. So here we go. Keep going. You got a run on an offensive lineman now. Jordan Seaton from LSU. Colin Simmons from Texas might be the top edge guy if it's not Dylan Stewart going to the Saints here. So you keep scrolling here, and then another quarterback at 8. This Pittsburgh Steelers at 8, by the way. You imagine? CJ Carr from Notre Dame. This is a name to watch because Carr in his first year starting for the Irish was very impressive. And maybe he goes back to school for another year, as McShay notes. But this guy last year, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 2,741 passing yards, ran for 3 touchdowns. CJ Carr named to watch. And remember, their offense was built around their 2 running backs, one who went 3rd overall and one who went in the first round, last pick of the first round to Seattle. So, we'll see more from Carr this year as he's going to be asked to do more with another year of seasoning for Notre Dame. But the theme I want to show you guys is look at the hype for the quarterbacks. Sam Levitt to the Panthers. Now, Sam Levitt's going to go and play for LSU this year to transfer. He's going to be coached by Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's an offensive guy. We've seen the success that Jackson Dart has had in the league with the Giants. There's going to be a lot of attention on Sam Levitt. He is the guy to me. Him and Carr are the 2 guys that I could see ascending. And we'll see if Dante Moore ended up making a big mistake not coming out this year. Because if he gets hurt or has a down year, he could be this year's Garrett Nussmeier. Right? He could be, one of those guys that falls after having all the hype. Cade Klubnik, Drew Aller. We'll see. But Levitt, Carr, and then Sellers, Moore, and Arch Manning. What do you notice about the top 10? 4 quarterbacks in the top 10. Arch, Moore, Sellers. That's 3 in the first 4 picks. I think it'd be 3 for 3, and the Dolphins wouldn't take a receiver in this fakakta mock. And then you keep going. 8 and 9 quarterbacks. 10. Julian Sayin. 5 quarterbacks in the first 10 picks. Sayin to the Falcons here. So again, we are looking at a historic quarterback class next season. And that is why the New York Jets made the right decision not reaching for any quarterback early in this draft class. Think about that. Look at the run next year that we're expected to have. And it makes sense. Now, we will see what happens with these guys, but I'd imagine a couple of them will play up to their potential. And even this past year, we all thought it was going to be a very good quarterback class. I didn't hear anyone saying we were going to get 5 guys in the first 10 picks. I didn't have that. Arch, Moore, Sellers, Carr, Levitt. Honestly, it's 6. I'm bad at math. Excuse me. It's 6 quarterbacks in the first 10 picks. Sayin, Levitt, that's 2. Sellers 3, Moore 4. I'm bad at math. Oh, let me start from the top here. Hold on. Mike DeRamo's throwing me off. He better be right, because Mike, if you're wrong, I'm blaming you for this. Arch Manning 1, Dante Moore 2, Lenore Sellers 3, CJ Carr 4, Sam Levitt 5, Julian Sayin 6. So okay, 6. 6 of the first 10, 60% of the top 10 being quarterbacks potentially in this hypothetical mock. Again, the Jets have 3 first-round picks. So if there's anything close to this actually happening, the reality is the Jets would be equipped to find one of these teams in the top 10 that doesn't need a quarterback that would be willing to move down, and the Jets can wheel and deal. And that's what's going to happen in all likelihood, because I don't think the Jets are going to be as bad as what the prognosticators are saying. Because even when they're really, really, really bad, and they were the worst team in the league this year, they still don't get the luck of the draw and get the top pick. Because Nick Folk will hit a kick from 54 yards in a monsoon to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Or the Jets will become like the first team since the year 2000 to have a punt return and a kickoff return in the same quarter in a game they won 17-14 against the crappy Cleveland Browns, where Justin Fields threw for like 40 yards. And they won that game. So I don't think the Jets are going to be bad enough to be picking at the top. Now, could there be a scenario where maybe the Colts are just awful Maybe. I mean, they were pretty awful when Daniel Jones got hurt this year. They went from picking 32 to they didn't win a game the rest of the way after they made the deal with the Jets. I think they won that first game in Spain or wherever they were, that international game. And then Sauce never won another game the whole rest of the way. So maybe that's how the Jets could get their quarterback. Who knows? But the point is, if this quarterback class, let's say it's not 6 quarterbacks that are supposed to go in the top 10, but even if it's 3 or 4, the Jets are going to be in a spot where they will be able to get someone. And look, we don't know how any of this is going to play out. I want to keep reiterating that because I have no idea. You don't have any idea. The experts don't have any idea. But I do know that Darren Muji was smart to think ahead and recognize the fact that this quarterback class in 27 is so much better than 2026. It's not even funny. And you'll take your chance. You'll take your chance. And I think that's how you got to look at it from a Jet lens, from a Jet perspective. Let's see what Aaron Glenn can do in 2026. Can he prove he could be a competent coach? Can he prove that he's gotten a lot better? And if he does that, you're still in position to get your quarterback a year from now if it's not Geno Smith having this great year and you're ready to move on because you have the equity in the draft to be able to move around. The Jets gave themselves optionality. And what they did in the short term with the 2026 draft and some of the moves they made in the offseason, they've now allowed themselves to at least have a representative roster. Like they were not an NFL team by the end of last season. That was a roster that was completely bereft of any talent. They were an expansion team in a lot of positions. They at least have players now. They have a quarterback who can complete a forward pass. They have an offensive line that is above average. They have several playmakers now, right? You had people in the media saying the Jets, oh, they have too many weapons. Really? The Jets? That's the complaint? Okay. We've already reached peak silliness if that's the complaint. Like they're not going to be, I don't think, awful. So they've given Aaron Glenn a chance to prove whether he and his staff deserve the opportunity to take a big swing in the 2027 quarterback class. And in the short term, we get a chance to evaluate some of the players on this team, right? Geno Smith gives you a chance to properly evaluate Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper Jr. You get a chance to see what that looks like. Is A.D. Mitchell going to go out there and make some plays? You get a chance to see all that. You get a proper, you couldn't how could we evaluate Mason Taylor last year with Brady Cook and Justin Fields throwing to him? Mason, all you need to know about Mason Taylor scored 1 touchdown last year. Who threw the pass? The goddamn running back. Breece Hall threw it. Like, so again, I'm not saying the Jets are going to be great because I don't believe that. You guys know I keep it real on this show. That's why we do what we do year round. But they're not going to be the worst team in the league. So Glenn has a roster that is equipped to be able to evaluate him as a coach, win at least 7 games, get off to a good start. Can you beat a division opponent early? Can you beat Salah and Tennessee week 1? Can you beat 2-2 through your first 4? You know, can the Jets be in the hunt in December? Like, give us a season. No one's asking you to make the playoffs, but you got to be in the mix. 5-5 through 10. We know the team is not in all likelihood a playoff team, but things happen, man. Right? Good coaching. You see it around the league. Kevin O'Connell won, 8 games with the Vikings last year? Who wouldn't sign for an 8-9 Jet season right now? O'Connell did that with way worse quarterbacks. Mike Tomlin every year, at least 9 or 10 wins. Good coaching. You know what it looks like. The bar's pretty low. They will be better. But now we get to, 1, properly evaluate the coaching staff, and 2, see what the landscape at quarterback looks like a year from now. Maybe Kate Klubnik shocks all of us. I'm not banking on it. But we'll find out. Maybe Geno's incredible and you want to bring him back and still draft someone behind him. Okay, that's a plan. And the bottom line is, Bo Nix went pick 15. Lamar Jackson went pick 32. Josh Allen was the 3rd quarterback taken. Patrick Mahomes went after Mitch Trubisky. You just don't know, man. And as we've seen with Sam Darnold, it is not always the player. Sometimes it is the organizations. And I think the one thing the Jets have done is they have actually set up whoever the quarterback might be in 27 with a team that is set up to actually give that guy a chance. Now, I don't know if the coaching is good enough, and that's what we'll learn this year with Frank Reich and Aaron Glenn and all that. But they've at least given that guy a chance. And I think that's how you got to look at it from a Jet perspective. For those curious, because I know some of you certainly are, the other picks that McShay had the Jets making here in his mock draft. We'll just type in Jets here and cut to the chase. The Colts selection came in at 14. The Jets took an interior defensive lineman, Ahmad Moten from Miami. And the other Jet selection that McShay had the Jets making was hold on. Why's my computer glitching here? The other McShay pick was, come on, Todd. Dallas, pick 18. Jets get wide receiver Ryan Coleman Williams, who didn't have a great 2025. 2 years ago, he was excellent. So McShay notes if A.D. Mitchell is not the guy, if he doesn't take a step forward, the Jets would essentially be looking to pair Garrett, Cooper, and then add another receiver for your young quarterback and Ryan Coleman Williams. Who knows? Wide receiver might not be a need for the Jets next year. We don't know. It could be. If A.D. Mitchell stinks, it certainly could be. But what if he hits? Yeah, the Jets drafted David Bailey, but Will McDonald, they picked up the fifth-year option on him. What if he doesn't have a good year? What if it's another disappointing year? You could definitely draft another pass rusher. It's a great pass rush draft, apparently. You have 3 ones. Corner could be a need. I know they took Cooper, but Brandon Stevens, they can get out of his contract after this year. Deshaun Wright is on a 1-year deal. Zaire Thomas is a 3rd-round pick. He's going to get his chance this year, but what if he's not good? So it is impossible to project this far out what the needs for the Jets will be. Interior D-line could be one of them. Receiver could be one of them. I know quarterback in all likelihood will be one of them. So we will see. Again, I'm not really interested in, what the picks are when I have no idea if the Jets are even going to have the Cowboys pick or the Packers pick. I don't know. So we'll see. But the biggest thing is Todd McShay's mock draft, 6 QBs out of the first 10 picks. Doesn't that tell you something? So I actually think the Jets are in an okay spot when push comes to shove. Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Hey, we got a great giveaway at the end of the show today. We need your entries to make it happen. Vinny Testaverde signed jersey up for grabs for anyone that gifts at least 1 membership or send in a $10 super chat or higher to purchase 2 raffle tickets. We'll keep track of the names throughout the show and put you on the Wheel of Champions at the end. When you enter the raffle, you'll be entered in our weekly raffle that's featuring 5 signed items this week, folks. Joe Klecko, Hall of Fame inscription football. Vinny T signed jersey, another chance to win that. Garrett Wilson, framed jersey plaque. Braylon Allen signed jersey. And a C.J. Mosley signed jersey. Those are the top prizes in the raffle. All right, reminder, this show always available as a podcast, Apple or Spotify. Big thank you for making April the most downloaded month in the history of our show in podcast form. You can find it on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. We're every day live on YouTube. But check it out in case you want another way to listen in to the show. Shout out to Legacy Green, the first to enter the Asmaniac raffle this afternoon. Let's go.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. We're going to get to plenty of your calls as well here on a solo episode. So if you want in, load it up on the Gusbuster hotline. Mace B writes in, Jake, what scenario would have Glenn next season coaching Manning or the other high prospect quarterback? They look good, and then they trade up for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they look better than we think. Todd Bowles got to coach Sam Darnold. Remember the suck for Sam year? Well, the Jets were scrappy until McCown got hurt. They picked 6. They moved up to 3. Todd Bowles got to coach Sam Darnold. Now, I don't want that to be the case, though. Like, to me, unless I have clear conviction Glenn is actually proven to be a decent coach, I want to start over and get the coach and quarterback on the same timeline. So we will see if Aaron Glenn could show that he knows what he's doing. Because that's really what this season's about, is it not? We're not finding our future franchise quarterback this year. Again, I'd love to be wrong about Cade Klubnik, all right? No one wants to have more of a chub for club than me. I just don't see it. So I'll be pleasantly surprised if Cade Klubnik is even on the team in 2 years. If he ends up being a viable backup, that's a win for a 4th-round pick. But I think that's what it comes down to, Mace B. Like, we know good coaching when we see it. Chris Banjo, good coach, right? We know what it looks like. Hennessy writes in, I'm sure it will go exactly this way. Again, there's no way the Jets are picking number 1 unless they trade it up for him. Colin Wolford, the first to enter the raffle for 5 this afternoon. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you hear your name, you're in the raffle thanks to Colin, Jose Olivero, Zach Burkhart, Ben Chasen, Scott Fantasy, and Anthony Kubinski, all receiving a gifted membership from Colin.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
This one is from M123, who says, with this roster and a very good head coach, how many wins? I mean, if you told me Mike Tomlin's coaching this team, I think the Jets go 9-8, at least. It depends. I don't think this is a terrible roster. This is not a playoff roster, though. It's not. Look at the linebacker room. Look at some of the questions we have at corner. Look at Geno. It's not. And again, we're assuming Sadiq and Cooper are going to be hits. What if they're not? You know, like you're asking a lot for rookies to come in and be, you know, unbelievable right away. I think they're going to be good, though. I do. But this, I don't think this is a playoff team. Unless you're telling me we got upper echelon coaching. Jay Petito says, in the raffle. Oh, you're in, all right. You're in for 4. Oh, yeah. Darius Richards says, let's hope we look better than we think we're able to trade up for one of these QBs. I think they're going to. Again, look at the NFL draft every year. How many teams just have bad years that already have their quarterback in place? It happens a lot. There'll be a trade partner for the Jets. Now, the only thing that could stop that is if all these quarterbacks we think are going to be good, they all crap themselves, and we're left with a year like this year where only Fernando Mendoza emerged as a clear consensus top 5 quarterback. I know Simpson ended up going 13, but that's a unique situation where the team that took him is basically saying we want him to sit for a minimum of 2 years. That's unique. That doesn't happen. When was the last time that happened? Jordan Love with the Packers, with Rodgers? Like, it's been a couple of years already. That didn't happen every year. Basically, we had one clear first-round quarterback, and a lot of people had second-round grades on Simpson, and the Rams think he does enough to fit them where if they let him sit and get coached up by McVay and watch Stafford for a year or two, they then think he could be their guy. That's rare. So if that happens again, then yeah, the Jets might be bleep out of luck. But maybe then they trade for a disgruntled veteran with some of these draft picks they have. We'll see. Donna in our raffle for 2. Thank you, Donna. Donna, doing a good job.
Yeah.
All right, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Today's show is presented by my friends at PrizePicks. Here we go. 3-pick prize pick power play. This is $10 on PrizePicks. You can go make all your Jet future picks. But I'm going Mendoza, more than 6.5 regular season games started. Garrett Wilson, over 1,000 yards. And Breece Hall, more than 325.5 receiving yards. I think all these will hit. Mendoza, if healthy, he's starting at least double-digit games for Vegas. Make your own picks. We got Knicks tonight. Take the more points on Cat. PrizePicks is running a special on that, so it's way lower than it normally would be. I think it's like 14.5. So that's gonna hit as long as the Knicks feature Cat early and often. But check it out. Make your own picks. Use the code HMA, and you will get $50 deposited into your account if you put $5 in lineups. Check it out. PrizePicks code HMA. Super chat from Chili Plays, who says, been watching for a couple years now, and it helps feed my Jets addiction. Go Jets. Chili, thanks for being here, man. We do this year round, so it ain't easy sometimes, but we got the best listeners in sports that make it possible. Jets, let's go. Yeah, appreciate everyone who's joining us here. Let's get to your calls, but first, reminder, this time tomorrow, Asmaniac Madness is getting underway. We are down to 2. Our championship is tomorrow.
Will the chef cook in 3D? Can the boxer knock out the cook?
It is all on the line tomorrow at 4 p.m. Gary 3D boxing the 1 seed out of the extraordinary region against the 7 seed from the inside outside region, Chef Kevin. It's all happening. Who you got, Gary or Chef Kev? We find out tomorrow on the show. It's going down, baby.
With the first pick in the 2026 Asmaniac's Final Four draft, the people choose Chef Kevin.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is all on the line tomorrow, baby. And joining us right now is Chef Kevin's opponent. He's first up today on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. It's quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. You know, women shouldn't vote. Just do laundry and vacuum. Extraordinary.
What up, Jake?
Hello,
How's
Gary.
it going? A couple of things. First, the videos he presents are entertaining, but a couple things. If he can't figure out how to get his hat on straight, if that's a battle he can't beat, he's got another thing coming tomorrow. He's got no shot. Like, worry about getting your hat on straight first off, Kev. Because I got something else coming tomorrow. But I've never talked trash about any opponent. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go negative on Kev, especially Kev. Kev's a hell of a guy, and I wish him the best of luck. He's going to need it, but he's a great guy. I'm not gonna trash talk anyone. I'm not going to go negative on anyone. I've never said a negative word about anyone I've faced either year, and I'm not going to start now. Best of luck to you, Kevin. But I did want to say one thing. I called in this morning, and then Rooster called in right when I got off, and I couldn't call back in. And Rooster, who I like, I think Rooster's an excellent caller. I actually like Rooster. I think he's a fairly, pretty intelligent guy. He just went after me for no reason. It was all nonsensical. He said, I pick on the defenseless. I don't pick on anybody. And who is he even suggesting? What grown man is he suggesting is defenseless? People come after me. All I do is counterpunch. Like the attacks on me, because none of them are you got to make them up because they don't actually have any material on me. So they got to just make things up. He says I have no humility. Every time I've gotten a victory, the first thing I do is glorify God, give him the credit, and then thank the team, not my team, the team, for getting me the win. Isn't that what I've done every single time? Have I ever said I've beaten anybody, I'm better than anybody? Have I ever said that?
Well, I don't have all your victory speeches.
Pull them up. Have Boomtown's got. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, I don't have all of them, but I mean, we do have some of the pivotal ones, like this one.
I need y'all to make 50 fake accounts, 50 burner accounts. They're not fake; they're real accounts. They're just burner accounts, and then go vote for me from all 50 accounts.
And then after that was said, the next day, Jets Johnny came through for you.
That you won, Gary. I created like 3 accounts today. I already had 4, so I was like 7.
Yo,
and it almost wasn't enough. So I'm glad.
Every vote, man. Every vote. I needed every vote. I appreciate y'all. Really.
You rallied your base.
Yeah, but that's not a victory speech, right? In every one of my victory speeches, the first thing I've done is give all the glory to God. It had nothing to do with me. It's him, more of him, less of me, more of him, less of me. Want to be more like Christ every day. And I thank the team, not my team. I'm not the leader of the team. I'm just the name on the team. They got me the victory. I've never everything he says is just, it's just filled with hate. And you can see they set up an entire bracket to try to bring me down. They couldn't do it, right? You got the nonstop haters in the chat. Hate doesn't work, right? Charles Gorman, Amanda, so many of my opponents went negative on me. It didn't work. Being a hater, being negative doesn't work. I've never said anything negative about anybody. I want everyone to have success. I want everyone to reach their full potential and do what they want in life, right? But they all come after me, and every single time they do it, they fail. It doesn't work to be a hater. It doesn't. That doesn't equate to success in anything. It's simply hoping someone else fails. It doesn't work. You're seeing, and I'm not blaming Kevin of that. Kevin hasn't done that. Charles did. Amanda did. I never said a bad word. Every time Amanda called, I said she's a hell of a competitor. She's a great caller. If you want to vote for Amanda, vote for Amanda. But what I would say is what I would do is look at over 365 days since the end of last tournament. Who's giving you the most entertaining calls? Who's giving you the most hours of entertainment? Who's done that? That's the best caller. I'm not telling you who that is. Think about it. Take your time. And the person who's giving you the most entertaining calls.
I hope you have better Wi-Fi for this championship tomorrow.
The Wi-Fi not good?
Gary, 3D internet. We need better internet connection tomorrow. Chef Kevin, Gary, it's all on the line. You better be ready. Unlike Rooster.
Jake, hello.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That feels better. Oh, baby.
That concludes our Jake Asman show. May Jesus love us, and may we respect the Lord as our Savior.
Oh.
Big time championship battle tomorrow at 4 p.m. Ref fan for life with a super chat. Rumor has it Jet Shotty's on in the chat because he's making burner accounts. Someone told me he's boycotting the show. So I wish Jet Johnny well and his 7 burner accounts. Chef Kevin wrote in during that call. I'm just seeing this. We're going to show up tomorrow at the polls. Gary back with us. Gary, your thoughts on the message here from your opponent?
We're going to show up tomorrow at the polls. I best of luck to you, Chef Kev. Best of luck to you. I hope you're the best. I met you in person. I met your wife. I think you're great people. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna go negative on him. Chef Kev's a great guy. If you think Chef Kev gave you more entertainment, he gave you better calls over the last 365, vote for Kev. But I don't think anyone honestly thinks that.
Phantom says you called Gorman retarded.
Okay.
I'm just reading that to you to have a response.
I mean, I don't. See, this is like the low IQ thing I'm talking about. LMAO. Do you think he's literally laughing at home, sitting at home, laughing his ass off? Like, so why do you type it? It's just like low IQ. LMAO. I can't say anything intelligent, so I put LMAO. It's like you have a 65 IQ, pal. Have a good day. You know, like what is his argument there? Like, what is he even trying to communicate there? Right? Like, it can't get from the brain to the keyboard, I guess. Like, what is he trying to articulate? No clue, right?
Well, let me ask you this while I have you here. What was up with you having Beast at your, in your studio over there?
I'm not going to entertain this.
You rubbing baby oil on him?
Yeah, I'm not going to entertain this.
Like, this is weird.
Yeah, I'm not going to entertain this. Do you have anything intelligent to add, Jake, or is this what we're doing today?
Beast, why did you do this at Gary's?
Are you high?
All right, everyone. I appreciate it. Vote for me. Hope I've given you good entertainment over the last 365. I've gotten this far. I do appreciate it.
I dropped the leg on you and then give you the running Liger bomb for the end as a death penalty of.
So how upset are you in your life that I haven't lost yet?
You are the biggest lying, egg-sucking communist I've ever saw on planet Earth, and you are one of the biggest crooked son of a bitches I've ever saw in United States history. You are as low IQ and corrupt as the planet is, and whoever puts this shit up has the piss poor IQ of a 3-year-old on drugs.
So on to the question: how upset are you in your life that I haven't lost yet? You lost in the first round, and that I'm in the finals. How upset does that make you in life?
Again, you and your comrade cronies, all your cronies. I figured you out now. I figured you out. See, you're just like the rest of the rat bastards that know how to cheat. See, this is why you're a commie. You're number a pico commie. And I'll tell you, you basically turned your back on this country. You sold out. Just remember these words. You sold out.
Now, kind of onto the question. How upset are you in life
one
that
thing.
you lost in the first
sold
round
out
and I'm in the finals?
for
How much
money.
does that piss you off in
sold
life?
out to get your fake, big your big little thing of a burner accounts. You cheated over my queen in the tournament. You cheated over.
Oh, is Mimosa in the chat? Shout out, Mimosa.
Real old man. You
Shout out,
also cheated
Mimosa.
in real life.
I don't see her
You're
in
a
the
cheater.
chat.
See, this is how we know you're a cheater. You know why? Cheaters like you are gonna get what's coming to you. It's called karma, and karma's a bitch, and it's gonna bite even worse. So tomorrow, your day in hell will not be pretty. It's gonna be frozen. It'll be cold, and you'll be sorry. Just remember these words. One of these days, you're gonna get bit in the ass, and it won't be pretty. It'll be a nice big chunk.
For the fourth time, kind of onto the question. How mad are you in your life that you lost in the first round and I'm in the finals? How much does that piss you off?
You make me ill. You make me sick.
You're still not really responding to it. Entertain the question when you can. Yeah, entertain the question when you can.
You are a sad man. You're weak. Against my ministry,
Yo Holmes would be the most pissed off if I win. He'll be on the short list. David T will be on the short list. There'll be a lot of. Oh, Mimosa will be on the short list.
I'm way more powerful than you'll ever be, pal. You'll never.
Mimosa, when I was facing David Bricker, you put some ridiculous. You put some ridiculous super chat in that I control your emotions. That I have so much control of you. That you're so weak that I control how you feel. That's what you put. And it actually got me the way I probably would have lost had you and Jake not done that. Probably. But that was like such an idiotic thing to do that it just pisses men off. And this audience is 96% men. Good idea pissing them off. And that got me to win.
You've downgraded women. You've downgraded.
Do you mean degraded? Jake? Beast? Do you mean degraded?
You've downgraded reality in life. You are a communist scumbag. And you know what?
I'd be the first communist in history that doesn't want to pay taxes, but that's extraordinary.
Jacob Freeman. That's your new name. You are the next Maxwell.
That's exactly
Jacob
what.
Freeman.
Why would I get a job, Mimosa, when I could run the whole business?
Will Chef cook in 3D? Can the boxer knock out the cook?
Gary versus Chef Kev tomorrow. I can't wait. I hope it goes to overtime. I hope we get 3 overtimes. It's going down, baby. It's going down. More of your outstanding calls right now. Open phone lines for those of you who want in on the show. Let's say hello to our guy, Kyle Clifton.
What has been happening here? I was in the green room. I had to jump off to go do some stuff for work, and like chaos has erupted. I've been in and out of the show. I've been in and out of both the morning and the afternoon show, and it seems like there's a lot of infighting and like crazy talk about who's pissed off at who and upset about Asmaniac Madness. Like, I caught up on the first show on delay. Carlos the Barber seems to think that I have some sort of axe to grind against Gary. I mean, the bracket that I put out on your site is like public for everyone to see. The only person I had left in Final Four was Gary.
I had Gary in my Final Four too.
So, like, that doesn't mean that I'm always going to vote for Gary. I mean, Amanda came to me, right? Like, and she came to a whole bunch of people, and she was very sweet and very, intelligent and thoughtful about asking for a vote. So, if someone does that, why would you refuse it? So, like, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to vote for Gary against Chef Kev, but I've definitely voted for Gary in this tournament, and I probably would have voted for Gary if Amanda didn't ask. Just because he's an entertaining caller. I don't always agree. with a lot that he has to say, but usually he has a decent argument. There's certain things like, I think the toxicity of vegetables is pretty low level and not harmful to humans. I think that, like if you're upset with the government, like the IRS and the post office, then it doesn't make sense to quote FDA scheduling for drugs. So like that's the kind of stuff that can frustrate me a little bit with Gary's stuff, but there's no denying that the guy is a fantastic, entertaining caller.
Oh, look, anyone who thinks Gary is not, an entertaining caller doesn't add to the show.
Right.
I mean, you could hate Gary all you want, but like, there's no doubt that Gary does provide unique calls and entertainment, just like a Beast or a Gorman or anyone who's done well in this tournament.
But here's the frustrating part, right? Then he goes and he assails me for being a socialist because I said I would vote for Charles because he needed it more, as if Charles is equally entertaining or more so, which everyone can see for themselves. So like, it's just everyone has a different flavor. I thought we had established that like everyone had their different likes and dislikes, and that was going to be a big part of it. There's no empiric qualifying thing that measures how you view a caller on the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
I want to address a couple of things that you said there, because this is American. We get to address our accuser, right?
Well, am I accusing you of anything?
You made a couple of accusations. As far as I don't,
the socialist comment, because that's.
I said 100%. What? I said, what is this? I said, what is this? Asmaniac tournament welfare or something, right? You're.
I think the word socialist did come out, Gary. We could go.
It may have. That was the sure. I'm not. That was the sentiment of it for sure. Yeah, you're gonna vote for someone because they need it more. Like, what is Karl Marx running this tournament?
Well, we're into the tiebreakers here, Gary. It's the Final Four. If you don't think that Charles is as entertaining as you are, I don't know what to tell you.
All right,
he
look,
definitely is.
I like you. I think you're a great caller.
Yeah.
I voted for Chef. I voted for you up until Chef Kevin, and I voted for Chef. Look,
right.
I think
everyone has their preferences, and like to me, I don't think you can change what people's preferences are, and quite frankly, I wouldn't want to.
And then so the vegetable things, just for me in my personal life, right?
Yeah.
Since I quit eating all plants, I lost weight. My seizures went from 4 a day to 1 or 2 a week. My arthritis is gone. My sleep apnea is gone. My snoring is gone. My anxiety is gone. Right. And my stage 3 dementia has reversed to stage 2 dementia. And a keto diet is documented as the best treatment for dementia. So what we know is that vegetables either cause or increase diabetes, dementia, memory loss, arthritis, and obesity. If you just eliminate vegetables completely and all plants completely, all of those things get better. So you can say what
just because they're good for dementia does not mean that they necessarily cause all these other things.
No, or make them worse. They cause or make them worse. They're not meant to be eaten. They're not by humans, at least. Like maybe other animals.
I wildly disagree with you. You don't think that beets? You don't think that beets, for example, don't have a beneficial aspect to them in eating beets?
No, they can have.
With high blood pressure?
They're living things. They can have benefits. My point is, they're not meant for human consumption. That doesn't mean they can't have any benefits. They're not for human consumption, and they're not optimal. There's nothing that I can get from plants that I can't get from meat. There's nothing that I need to live that I can get from plants that I can't get from meat. There is plenty of things I can get from meat, like iron, that I can't get from plants. I can live on only steak or only chicken or only fish and be more healthy. If I lived on only vegetables, I'd be dead, and I'd
Gary, it's not in doubt that you feel this way, right? But you are not a nutritionist. Is this fair to say?
Define what you mean by nutritionist.
Are you?
If I pull up,
do you have a degree that would say I am medically or educationally able to give you advice on your nutrition.
I tell everyone to do their own research. But to answer your question, my education is it's autodidactic, and what you're doing there is an appeal to authority. That's not an actual argument because someone said so. I can pull up 15
forget about
doctors.
autodidactic or not.
I can pull up 15
I think that
doctors
everyone
right
is different,
now,
and everyone is going to glean different benefits from different diets. That's
I can
all
pull
I'm
up
saying.
15 doctors right now, including the head of the youth and health. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, who all say carnivore diet is the way to go. Kennedy, who is the chief head health official of this country, says, yeah, you should do a carnivore diet. So it's not me. Like 2 years ago, people laughed at me. Now people say, you know what? That guy was probably right. So, I mean, you can say that I'm wrong, but the evidence keeps mounting up. There was a Harvard study that showed 100% of diabetes cases were either improved or reversed. 100% when they went carnivore. A Harvard University study. You can say that if that doesn't work, but people have been eating meat since the beginning of time. It wasn't until the agricultural revolution about 1,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, that people started eating plants regularly. So meat has always been a part of our diet. Plants have not.
Right. And I'm not advocating for all veggie, all meat. I'm saying you do you, based on what your physician says and what you feel you can tolerate, right? Like if you're someone who is more prone to kidney stones, you won't possibly eat kale, right? Because that you might be more prone to kidney stones if you eat kale.
Just start drinking a lot
this
more
is all
water,
common
yeah.
sense,
Sure,
right? So I don't think that you and I are necessarily saying different things. I think that you're saying it has to be this. One thing you're saying is that it has to kind of be this way. My point is, for someone like Bobby, who your diet seems to have had some beneficial effects for, right?
And hamburger and Metro Funny and everyone who tries it,
right.
Yeah,
right. And I can tell you that when I've gone more protein, it's been more beneficial to me because for a long time I was sedentary with the pandemic and being sent home from work, what have you, right? So it's just a matter of you find your activity level, you find what you think works for you as far as what your body can tolerate, right? But I'm not going to throw out vegetables just because
So explain to me why I would eat broccoli, which isn't even a real food. It doesn't exist anywhere in nature. It's made. It's invented. Why would I eat that over chicken, fish, or beef? Or
how do you mean it's invented? Isn't it grown?
You can't grow. No, it doesn't. It's made. It's a manufactured product. Broccoli doesn't grow. There's no broccoli plant. Broccoli is not real. Broccoli's made. Broccoli's not yeah. So why would eating that be beneficial?
But it's made from what? I guess is my next question.
It's made from another plant. Sure, it's made from another plant. Right. But what I'm saying is that's not real food. It doesn't exist in nature. And I'm not saying, well, no, I am saying, I think for optimal health, you shouldn't eat any vegetables. Now, if it's between eating a whole vegetable and eating a Twinkie, eat the vegetable. Okay, understood. But we live in America in 2026. We have supermarkets. We have places.
I'm glad we agree that Twinkies and broccoli aren't the same thing.
Well, they're both plant foods. They're both foundationally made with plants.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Gary. Hey, I was having fun with him, but now I'm having fun with you. I think you're an intelligent guy. I like your calls. I wanted you to be in the tournament. I would have voted for you for a long time.
Gary, before we start, your sports takes, you're the best. You know so much college, professional. You lose me a little when you're smarter than me, but when you're fighting the beast and Charles Gorman, really fighting these guys, come on.
I'm not really fighting beast.
But you are. These guys take it that way.
Charles Gorman, I'll agree with you. Charles Gorman is not beast. Charles Gorman is an intelligent kid who can go do things on. I'm not even 32-year-old man.
I mean,
he is. You think he's defenseless? He's a college graduate. You know what percentage of men in this country have a college degree? Less than 35. He's one of them.
That doesn't mean there's not something, where we got to maybe ease up on some of the guys that are defenseless. You want to attack me, you want to go against regular. I get it. That's the game. That's what we're here for. But some of these guys, it bothers people. Like, and when I said this morning, it is what my father told me when I was a little kid. He goes, David, you only have your name. And when your name is going to be Gary, and at the end of it, great caller, but kind of a jerk. Why would you want that?
Well, because I don't do anything to be popular or to be liked. I do things to be biblical. I want my name written in his book at the end of my life. That's the only person whose name, the only person's opinion that I value is God's. Okay,
that's fair.
I don't care what man thinks of me.
Oh, my fucking dog. Shut that dog up. We're in a society, though, where we all have to kind of get along. And, you want to be, you don't have to be loved, but you don't want to be hated, right? I mean, right?
Someone likes me. I'm still in the tournament. Someone likes me.
You play this role. You're the villain, and you play. And I know you don't want to say it, Gary. Every time you tell someone, you say, I'm never condescending, and then you condescending in a way that you're not directly condescending. You do it every time. It's funny.
I get told my best friend's wife, and I'm the godfather of their oldest daughter, said that I'm a dick, right? And I'm like, right. So like, there's people who I love and value who tell me this. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is, the same thing I tell everyone is to be you, to be unapologetically you. Like, I'm high strung. I'm argumentative. That's me. I'm not going to pretend to be someone else. Like, if I was chill, like Addie is chill, I'd be chill all day. Like, I'd be chilling.
Yeah.
That's not the way I came out of the womb like this. You could ask my mom. I came out of the womb.
You're yourself. You're who you are. And it does rub some people the wrong way. Like you had a take on voting that bugged me. Like you mentioned, I think it was with Amanda, and you said, Amanda, you're going to vote because you're a woman, you're high strung, you're crazy. In this country, the greatest gift we have, and correct me if I'm wrong, is with the freedom. You could vote. You don't have to vote. No one tells you have to vote. And you could vote. You could flip a coin. You could have a real study session. It doesn't matter. Do what you want to do.
Why is that?
So let me finish. Let me finish. And then I want to ask Amanda, whoever how she wanted to vote, and whoever that made her tick, there's nothing wrong with that. And you find that to be a negative, and that bothers me a little. Like, who gives a shit? Anyone can vote anyway. And I'll let you have the floor.
Let me address this, right? So I love my people. I love my country. I love Texans. I love Americans. I think Americans are the best people in the world. I've been to probably 40 countries. I think Americans are the best people in the world by a mile. All right. I want my country to succeed. I want my country to be the best country in the world. If I have a crackhead 18-year-old who's never worked, who's never paid taxes, who's low IQ, who's made no contribution to society, who lives in his mom's attic and does drugs all day and has never paid taxes, how is letting him vote? How does that make the country better?
It doesn't necessarily, but
I want the country to be better.
That's America, unfortunately.
No, it's not.
Why
because
is it
the founders agree with me. The founders didn't give a right to vote. They didn't.
But it's not 1776.
And we can see once women got the right to vote, the country has been in debt. It's been in war. It's run by feminists. It's a complete disaster. Like, nothing's gotten better. It's only gotten worse.
I mean, listen, that's not, you can't argue it. I mean, you're kind of a kooky guy. I mean, that's what you are. And listen, again, your takes on sports, and that's why I came on the show. I voted for you a lot on takes. I think Chef Kevin, like for me, being in New York, being the real diehard Jet fan, is going to get my vote over you. But you're a hell of a player. But some of your takes are a little out there. And that's okay. That's America.
Sure. Yeah.
That's America.
That's why I don't want to silence anyone. When they send people to the hole, I don't let people talk. They're either going to incriminate themselves or they're going to justify themselves, but they're going to do one of the two. Let them talk. Let people talk.
The only thing, Beast and Gorman, you don't. It's below you to kill these guys. That's my take.
I don't like the way that you're talking about Gorman. I don't think Gorman is the charity case you guys are making him out to be. I think Gorman is very competent. I do.
Okay. I think there's something there. I think he's a nice guy. I think it's whatever the case, whether it's right or wrong. It's been hard for this guy. Obviously, we know with the jobs and we joke in this, But when you attack him so hard, you're smarter than him. It just comes off.
I don't think it's he has a lack of intelligence. If I honestly thought that, I thought if he was like mentally deficient in something, I don't think that at all. Like, I'm going to give you an example, right?
That's fair.
Like, I had this fight once and trained the whole fight, the whole camp. I'm going to fight on the outside. We're going to be up the back foot. Weight cut, gained the weight back, didn't feel good. I have no legs. That fight plan's out the window, right? I have to now adjust my everything I did in that camp is garbage. I don't have my legs. Like, I can't get on my legs for 8 rounds tonight. I can't do it. So I'm not standing in the pocket and fight. I feel like that's the advice that Charles needs. So this one thing didn't work out. So you just need to readjust. Like, I understand that you have some difficulties.
Hey,
I get it.
You just I understand that is how you got to talk to him. But you let him, he gets bananas, and then you destroy this poor guy. That right there, that's unbelievable. That is Gary, the unbelievable sports guy, and a guy who deep down, I think it's in there. You're a nice guy. I think
you guys. It's not funny.
This is regurgitating.
Those are 2 fairly young men.
You want to see what a real man looks like?
They don't care. They think it's funny that they're sickly and ill.
This ain't no bullshit.
Beast and Gorman look great.
Yeah, they're both physical specimens.
Destructive but constructive.
That's extraordinary. Yeah.
272 pounds, muscle and might.
I'm all thrown off here. I'm all flustered here. Can I get to my jet point?
Yeah, you could try.
Oh yeah.
If you don't fuck off, I don't know what else will. Have a good day.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Whoever's hosting this shit is the most pissless pissant on the planet. I would destroy Gary. I would give him a power bomb and finish him off with the 3 letters. Gary is a cheater, and he's a disgrace to this country. I think somebody should throw him in Iran and let him be the yeah, that's right.
All right, we're back. Gary versus everybody. Rooster, great job. Rooster is a wagon in this tournament next year. Not a chuck wagon. Rooster's going far in Asmaniac Madness 2027. Yeah, you don't want to hype up callers too far in advance. It could be like the 2027 quarterback class, though. I'm just saying. Just saying. Dominic D'Angelo in the raffle for 1. He loves Vinny T, so I knew Dom would enter. Vinny Testaverde signed jersey up for grabs coming up in just a bit. Please enter if you want a chance to win like Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, did. He is in the Asmaniac raffle for 1.
Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you got to be unlimited. You know, you got to have a thought process of being unlimited.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic also wrote in, with the Vinny T jersey on the line, I won't advocate one way or another on nutrition, but I'll advocate Vinny T in the Jets Ring of Honor. Vinny T jersey up for grabs. Mrs. Monk writes in, Rooster out. That was great when Rooster dropped that line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a guy who is absolutely mad. We call him Mad Max.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming, he's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Honestly, Beast Breaker, how you doing?
Hi, Max. How you doing?
Beast. Can you hear me? Beast, I have more muscles than you.
Oh, God. Beast didn't even do anything to you yet. Come on. He didn't even do anything.
Beast, I get more girls than you, honestly.
Oh, God. Max, don't awaken the beast.
Beast.
Don't awaken the beast.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Shut your mouth, you pinnacle commie scumbag! You worthless egg-sucking douchebag! You got 0 to offer. Get out, put a shirt on, and look like a man. You ain't got no muscle. You weak, self-simple-minded, and you're nothing more than an oxymoron, low IQ. You're a pissant. Until you have something
facts and fiction. Beast,
you're
your fiction. Your
shit
fiction.
for brain. And you basically make out with Gary because you're a weak, simple-minded simpleton because you'll never, ever get anywhere in life besides being the
What's up, Peter Castro?
VIGIN virgin. 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 Virgin.
Beast, honestly, Beast, you're a virgin. Look at my biceps. Look at me.
You're a fucking virgin. Get over it. I'm a master. I got a queen. I got a life. And
Beast,
until then,
honestly, Beast, you're a fake wrestler. You're a fake wrestler, honestly.
I got
Beast,
kids,
you're a fake wrestler, honestly.
Beast,
you think you know the book of Jesus?
You are a loser. Loser spelled L-O-S-E-R. You are a loser.
Good job.
Until then, you have zero. You're weak, and you'll never mount to anything unless you grow a set of balls. But I don't think you will because you'll never get it, buddy. Just
Can you hear
remember these
me?
words. I got kids. You don't.
Honestly, Beast.
Yes.
Honestly, Beast. Throw a punch. Can you even throw a punch?
You asshole. Let me spell it out for you. A-S-S-H-O-L-E. What's that spelled to you? Asshole.
Beast, I have under 80 pounds of pure muscle like Dark Beast. You have 200. Beast.
Let me remind
you have
you
240 pounds of
You're
fat.
like
You look like Darby Allin.
You see this, you shithead? You see what this is? This is your career. Except
Beast,
you don't know
give
how
me
to
Mark
cook.
1045.
You don't have zero.
Give me Mark 1045, Beast.
You're a pug. You're nothing but a pug. You should be working in a grocery store, but unfortunately, you don't know how to cook groceries.
Beast,
You're weak. I will beat you. Swiftly.
Does anybody want a nutty buddy?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Thank you, Mad Max, for riling up Beast. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with your calls. But first, let me shout out a couple memberships that came in. Omar Ochoa is in our raffle for one. Thank you very much to Omar.
Good job.
Also, we got the super chat from the big fellow who says, any thoughts on Will McDonald and Maisie fifth-year options? I mean, Maisie, I don't know if he makes the roster. Will McDonald picking up the fifth year, I think, is a no-brainer, right? I don't think Will McDonald had a great season last year. He had 8 sacks. 4 of them came against the Browns. But I think he's a good player at the bare minimum, at least a good pass rusher. And at the rate you get the fifth-year option on him, you keep him because you're not going to find a better version of that in free agency. You're not. He's had 18.5 sacks the last 2 years. He needs to do more this year. The Jets also need to put him in a spot where they're trying to protect leads or in closer games, so he actually does get chances to rush the passer. And having Bailey opposite him should help. Clancy writes in, Beast told me he drops morning logs in the toilet that are bigger than Mad Max. Also, vegetables and starch alongside some protein. Great meal. LOL.
Good job.
Thank you, Clancy. More of your calls right now. We got some legends on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to this man.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck. This show always makes me laugh. I'm not sure what's worse. Beast showing off his six-pack all the time or Max showing off his giant biceps.
What were your thoughts watching that in real time? Because I saw you were laughing with someone. Is your wife watching the show too?
She was cracking up.
I saw you just looking at her dying.
What lost it was when Beast was spelling asshole. Kels couldn't handle it. It's so funny. Yeah, it was fucking funny. Oh man. But is Beast still on or no?
Yeah, of course he is.
Hell yeah, throw Beast on. Beast. I want to get a wanted to ask you, what is that?
Garlic and herb chicken wing.
I thought that was a Nutty Buddy.
No, garlic and herb chicken wings. Yo.
Oh, nice. Did you make the chicken wings yourself?
And got them pre-ordered from Fair Play. Did the finalization. Got the garlic and herb. You don't want to do too much. You want too much garlic, you'll be going, woo, garlic mania at its best. I'm on planet 14. Ain't that lovely? Hey, you know what planet 14 puts you on? It puts you on this dimension. Like, you sit in this dimension, you'd be feeling like, wow, man, look at the colors. The colors, man. These colors are great, bro. You
sounds like you're on an acid trip, not a food trip.
Be like, yeah, man. Davey, man. Hey, where's some Dave, man? Hey, can we get some Dave in here, man? Hey, Dave's not here, bro. All right, man. Let's just kick back and have some colors, man. Get some colors. Just sit back, enjoy the ride, and take a chance. Sit back and enjoy, and just go, yeah, man.
Well,
Planet 14, isn't it lovely? Yeah, it is, man.
How do you get to Planet 14?
How do you get to Planet 14? Just think of it when you're on a carpet and you're high in the sky and you're going, yeah, man, I feel good. I'm on this carpet like I'm Aladdin.
Like Aladdin?
Yeah, man, just feel like Aladdin. Going, yeah, man, this is some good shit, bro. It's not that bunk shit. I'm talking that extra shit that you're talking from another dimension, man. You be like sent to a billion miles inside another planet. You be like, yeah, bro, this is good shit. I'm on planet 14. All I feel like doing is just going, yeah, man. And then
Planet 14.
Wake up, man, wake up!
From a chicken wing.
Get out of your sleep.
First of all, get this Pico commie scumbag out of here.
Wake up, sleep, V-Man. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Did you just call me V-Man?
No. I called Mad Max the Pico commie scumbag. He knows he's Pico commie.
Beast, you're not wake up, V-Man. V-Man, wake up.
V-Man's not here. You got the wrong message.
Wake up.
Hey, you want to
wake up, V-Man?
What's going with this on?
Wake up! Go to commercial. Go to commercial, Jake. Go to commercial.
Yay! Yeah, you know who that was? The Bushwhacker.
Go to commercial. Go to commercial.
You know about the Bushwhacker. Yeah. And there's one more thing you don't know. You don't know nothing about demolition. What do you know about nothing? Oh,
come on.
I forgot. You're just dumb because you can't do like I can go.
Honestly, I can deal with you all day, Beast. Because, Beast, you're fiction. Buddy, you're fiction. I have a Barcelona jersey. I have a Quebec jersey. I have a Jamal jersey. I have a Darnold jersey. I have a Le'Veon Bell jersey. I have a Corner jersey. I have a...
Look at that. That's power right there.
If you maybe use the 6 wrist steps, you would get more ladies of it.
272 pounds, pure destruction, pure force.
Honestly, Beast, what do you even do when you're sitting in your lair all day? What job do you even work at, Beast?
Let me just tell you something, you little shit. I got 5 of the biggest corporations in the United States, and I can run you right out of town, and all I gotta do is put a bell tape on you, throw your fat ass right off the water.
David T, let's go Knicks, baby.
Nice.
You're just jealous of me, because Beast, honestly, you're just jealous of yourself. Look, you sit in your lair all day, Beast. You sit in your lair, honestly.
This is God, baby. This is a real God. Look, compared to you, you're 100 pounds of wet diaper shit and a wet burrito from Taco Bell. So you know what the difference is? This is reality. You are fiction.
Honestly, Beast, Gary's winning this matchup. And honestly, it's not voter fraud, Beast. It's not voter fraud. Lee, you're gonna make the excuse. It's voter fraud. No, it's not, Beast. Lee's a better caller than you. Gary's a better caller than you. Chef Kevin's a better caller than you. Neil's a better caller. Any Asmaniac's a better caller than you, honestly.
I bet you and Gary have sex with each other because you're weak. Me, I got
honestly, I can do the world championship. I'm better. I can do the world championship. I'm better than you at it.
100 pounds of wet diaper shit. And you know what you like to do? You and Gary like to kiss each other in the tree, and while I'm taking a queen to the top stars, while you are blowing roadies under a bus. So
Who's your queen? Who's your queen, Beast? Who's your queen? Is it Amanda Madison? Is she your queen?
Why don't you get a life, first of all, number one, and get laid? I bet you don't even use a condom because you're sad. Go to the nearest drugstore, find a condom, and use it wisely, you turd. Until then, I can crush you like one big bunk.
Is Gary on the line? Because Gary's winning his matchup. I want Gary's winning his.
Look at that. That's God right there, baby. That's a God right there. Look at that body. A body of a Greek god.
Oh my God. I thought Gary's on the line.
Then why don't you go blow him then? Go do that. You look at a real man.
Yeah, Jake, I think you made a mistake. You have two Mad Maxes on. I thought Gary was on this line. I thought Gary was on the line.
Virgin man. Virgin man. Virgin man. Mad Max's new name is the Virgin Man. Virgin Man. Virgin Man.
Go Beast.
Cut to commercial.
Honestly, Beastbreaker, look at that. That's not your queen. That looks like.
Get the hell out of here, loser. You want to go do something? Go read a book. Read a book or do something with your life. I cooked you. I smoked you like a bag of weed, and I kicked your
What's your kid's
ass.
name, Beast? What's your kid's name, Beast?
I'm gonna say this. I'm more man than you'll ever be. So if you spell with the rock, it's cooking.
Honestly, Beastbreaker, how you doing?
Get lost, SA.
Honestly, Beast.
Now,
Beast,
Gator,
I'm more muscle than you. Beast, I get more girls than you, honestly.
Please. What, that 100-pound body of dog shit you basically get anywhere with you? Kid,
Beast,
I would pick
honestly,
you.
Beast, I have more muscle than you.
I got you right up.
Let's get.
Here's you. I got you right up in position.
Look at my biceps. I bigger. Look at my back piece. I have a bigger back piece. Look at my biceps. You're not in my league.
Get the fuck out of here, retard. No, thank you.
Jets. Let's go.
Are you not entertained? Oh, I'm dying watching that. Mad Max, you're the man, Beast. Job well done. That's a man's man right there, folks. Mike Perez writes in, honestly, how's Mad Max in college? Well, Mike, let's talk to you. You're next. What do you think of that?
Jake, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Please, I need a Mad Max and Beast Rumble every fucking day. Pardon my French.
Be careful what you wish for.
Jake, I'm literally heading home in a train, and I'm like literally being told by other passengers, "Can you please tone it down?" They're fucking amazing. We need them every day. Every day.
Hey, man. Mike, you're the man. Great call. Great call. Love that. Major Pootage in the Asmaniac raffle 4-5.
We can't hear you. Restart. Go to commercial.
Major Poonage, thank you. Asman wrote, I'm dying here. Big fella says, Beast, can you touch your elbows together?
I'm the biggest, the baddest, the sexiest, and the greatest looking body in all physique sports today. Hey, big fella, you know who I am. I'm Big Papa Pump. And remember these words. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. Just remember that, Jack. Now let's get some workout drills going. Let's get something going. One. That's good.
Right now, Beastbreaker, Gary is up, I bet, a lot. Gary is...
Get your wet diaper shit out of here and go
That
back.
is so
to
true. That is 100% true. You have 180 pounds. I have 182 pounds of pure muscle. You have 270 pounds of fat beef.
I was confused and it was in the dog. I ran over Maxwell's Max's dog. I said, hey, what should I say? Oh, mama. I was confused and I was in the bog. I ran over the Taco Bell dog. I heard Man Max said, oh, mama.
Beast!
You see the gun control. See this? This is gun control at its best. I would crush Gary. I would squeeze him up like an accordion and go. Do you know what that is? That's the chicken polka.
Good thing we're in America and we have the right to bear arms. Am I right, Beast?
Correct, say Mundo. And let me just say this for everybody. You're the golden star, and I got something for you. I got you a present. Guess what it is?
What is it? Tell me.
The blue heart necklace that Rose wore on the Titanic.
You...
That's right.
You went to the bottom of the sea and got that for me? Or you got me a replica?
It's the replica, and it's in mint condition, beautiful as can be, and it's the actual same one.
That is so kind. Beast, listen to what I'm about to say. Thank you. Thank you so much for the thoughtful gift.
Number two will be red roses.
Ooh, romantic.
Gary on the line because
Gary's
winning his matchup. I want Gary. Gary's winning his matchup.
Take your sorry yellow carcass and get the take the licking and get the stepping.
Beast, what did we talk about? Stop that. Max, I'm sorry that he's talking to you like that. We've been trying to work on this together. And he just when he's mad and when he's in a rage, he says things that he doesn't mean. So
Can you hear me?
Personally, we're working on it.
Oh my God. I thought Gary's on the line. I
don't know. I can't be bothered.
Gary, I think you made a mistake. You have two guys on. I thought Gary was on this line. I thought Gary was on the line.
Well, what do you guys think about the draft? I'm a little sad they didn't take any OSU players, but David Bailey and Sadiq, and then trading up for Omar Cooper was crazy in the first round. Am I right?
Sadiq was the perfect choice. That was good. But the quarterback from Clemson was a bargain hitter. This new quarterback that I like from Clemson, great kid. He may have went to a shitty college, but I'll tell you what he did. He did something about it. Correct, Mundo. I would definitely
Honestly,
crush 100 pounds of
honestly,
this.
Trigger, look at that. That's not your queen. That looks like.
If you two fight, I'll be the ring girl. You know, the one who walks around and like calls it, like the start and the finish. I've never actually been
What
to
up,
a
Hatebreed?
What's your kid's name, Beast? What's your kid's name, Beast?
Somebody's gonna die in the mosh pit, and it'll be you dying in the mosh pit. Because when Hatebreed comes on and they play "I Will Be Heard," you will have 1,000 boots kicked to your face, and you will be bleeding like a massacre train wreck. When I'm done with you, your face will look like the Crimson
Beast,
Mask.
they're just
And when we're done with you,
recording.
you'll be
Honestly,
dead
let's
before
get a
you
rumble,
know.
Beast. Let's get a rumble.
There will be heavy pain because I can inflict the damage that you can't do, buddy.
We
When
need
it
more
comes to
matches than
Hatebreed,
the Beast. Honestly, I gotta defeat Beast just myself.
when it comes to Motorhead, you are a dead man in a mosh pit. I would pick you up, throw you into the fifth row, right where the popcorn vendor is, and
Oh,
where
man.
where the guy goes, peanuts,
Random,
popcorn,
yeah.
soda pop,
Honestly,
hot dogs.
remove. Jake, go to commercial. Go to commercial. We have 2 Mad Maxes on. Go to commercial.
Get out of here, you
What's that? Go
crybaby.
to.
What a segment there. Thank you to Amanda. Thank you to Mad Max. Thank you to Beast. Oh, baby. Couple super chats that we fell behind on. Jets Worldwide wrote in. Say it with me. Promised Land. Vote for Chef Kevin. Kev in Asmaniac Madness. The championship against Gary 3D Boxing tomorrow. Donna, I think I shouted you out already, but you're in the raffle for 2. I'm counting the raffle names. Get your entries. I got a Knicks playoff game to watch coming up at 7. So home stretch for the show right now. Mike Duramo in for 2. Only 8 QBs have won the Super Bowl drafted in the top 10. Bradshaw, Plunkett, Elway, Aikman, Manning, Bros, Stafford, Mahomes, all number 1 picks. Example, PM, only 18 QBs drafted in the first have won Super Bowls. You forgot Sam Darnold from that list, Mike. So I don't know if that full list is accurate, but Darnold's definitely on there because he was a first-round pick. The reality is, forget the Super Bowl. Most of the quarterbacks that are starting for teams in the league, the best starters, they were first-round guys. That's just the reality of that position. The Rooster has gifted a channel membership. Let's go, Rooster.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
Rooster, thank you. Ted Rogerio in for 4. Are the 27 draft mocks about the Rooster, or are they saying AG is just not the guy? I read Rooster instead of roster. I got Rooster on my mind. They are about the Jets Super Bowl odds determining the draft order. They have the lowest Super Bowl odds in the league. That's how it's determined. But yeah, I mean, the odds are determined based on the lack of belief in the Jets, so that's part of it. So think about that. I still can't get over Gary and B sharing an ice cream cone together. I never thought in a million years I'd see this. Beast, I can't believe you guys did this.
Bullshit. This is AI crap that doesn't exist. It's fake, fraudulent, and phony. Oh.
All right, Amanda Madison actually had a real Jets question, I believe. Amanda, are you still there? Amanda. That went well. All right. In the meantime, because we tried Amanda and it didn't work, let's go to a different caller. Here we go.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen. It's fireball, whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Hi, Jake.
David T.
Just a great, phenomenal show. I'm just going to cut to the chase. The Knicks, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, I had Coach Brown fired already. And so what's developed is now a different situation. And as far as the Jets go, the draft, I really got to give kudos to the GM. I was a fan of bringing Reese in and Lemon but they still made out okay. And so when you guys, were analyzing and everything, if we could get 3-4 starters out of the draft, I on paper it looks like they have achieved that. Your thoughts?
I think they have at least 3, probably 4 starters when it's all said and done. That's the hope when you have 4 picks in the top 50.
Yeah, and you know what, Jake? I'm an old guy, and I know next year is going to be interesting. It remains to be seen whether Coach Aaron Glenn's going to be here or not, but it's going to be super interesting. And I have patience because I know next year's draft, and definitely taking a shot at a quarterback, and who knows from there.
David T, great call. Love the Nick hat.
This, what, I'm sure you have more Knicks hats than I do, but I have more than a few, but this is my favorite hat, Jake.
Knicks in 6, David T.
Yes, sir. I totally believe.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. They call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
David T, everybody, a tremendous caller. Brought a lot to the table, as he always does. Ladies and gentlemen, a 10 spot from Mimosa. Are you kidding me? Let's go, Mimosa, in the raffle for 10.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. 10 memberships from Mimosa, Chevel to Fly, Laguna, Brian Martinez, Jet Life, Dizzy Jazz, E-Unit, Florence Morales, Trap 12, Gabe the Plane, and Neff 130, all receiving a channel membership. The big fella with a super chat. Mets and Red Sox in last place. Life is good. I like that. I like that a lot.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
More so the Red Sox than the Mets. Hold on. My mic is popping, and it's glitching here. So I want to play a short clip just so I could finish the show properly. We still got the raffle for the Vinny T jersey, and we'll try and squeeze in a call or two. Mad Max, who's had quite a few rumbles on the show, he just gifted a channel membership. You're in for one, Mad Max. Job well done. Let me fix my mic problem. Give me about 30 seconds, which is perfect because that gives me enough time to play this.
Oh, those veins. Disco fever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might not look like Jesus, but I look like a man with a powerful weapon. Swat. No, you're not. What'd you say, Greasehead? I will kill you in an anal blast contest. You're 100 pounds of diaper shit on a cold day. Not even worth a bucket of raviolis. You can't cook ravioli, but I sure love to eat those raviolis, but I like mine fresh.
I will smoke you.
Because you're a little boy with small balls.
One, two. All right. I think we're back. Had a little mic issue there at the end of the show. Mad Max. Appreciate the gifted membership we got to that. Everything loaded. Chef Brian, close us out. Hello, Brian.
Yo, what's up, Jake? Can you hear me?
Oh, God. It's doing the fart noises again, Brian.
How about now?
Asking us, Brian?
All right. Can you hear me good now?
I hear a jet chant. I'm trying to drown out your farts.
Yo, Jake, listen, man. So, real quick, the happy with the drafts and all that, but I don't see nothing going on with the linebacker situation. That's got me a little worried. Although we got Davis, it's still worrisome there. And then one more thing, if next year, I mean, by the end of this year, this season, right? If all these picks turn out to be trash, are you getting rid of Muji as well with the coach?
It's hard to take you seriously as you fart through a call here, Brian. Would I get rid of if all the picks are bad? I mean, yeah, I don't think I'd give them 3 first-round picks if they all turned out to be busts.
Yeah, because everybody, is like praising this guy, but some of the picks from last year they haven't turned out so good. So, I mean, hopefully they like Arian, they turn out pretty good this year.
Hey, Brian.
Under their belt.
Brian, hold on. Let's try and get to the bottom of this fart situation. I got a tech guy on the line. He'll be able to help you, hopefully.
Oh, great! Not this guy.
Hey, if you got a problem with me, you better take it somewhere else because I'm not gonna stand this.
I can't hear you, Beast. I can't hear you, bro.
And you need to restart your stuff.
Restart your computer. Turn it off. Turn it off. Restart your computer.
Your shit that needs to be restarted.
Restart. I can't hear you.
Well, I got mine all fixed. You
Restart.
Restart
Restart your computer.
Fix yours. Get up off your ass and try. Baldy.
Yo, Beast, I'm not bringing you no ribs, bro. You better stop acting up, or you ain't getting no brisket or no ribs. No brisket, no ribs for you.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
Hey.
Wait. Is someone that comes?
I can't hear you.
I ain't trying to
restart.
Or you gonna get
restart.
I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Make a choice.
Oh gosh. All right. Now I'll think about it. If you behave, I'll think about bringing you the brisket and the ribs.
Can you hear me?
So that's all up to you. Do you want to taste them or not?
In the words of The Rock,
restart your computer next time.
Getting your ass out of here. If you smell.
See ya.
What The Rock is cooking. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Does anybody want a nutty buddy?
Yeah, that's perfect.
What a show. What a show. Brian, try and call back tomorrow and we can talk more about your Muji take. But long story short, if you're telling me the Jets are awful and all their draft picks suck too, I don't know how Muji would survive. Anyway, are we ready for a raffle? We got a Vinny Testaverde jersey. Mimosa gave us a 10 spot. Max gifted one, and now we're ready to raffle away a signed Vinny T jersey. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we bring on the Wheel of Champions, we have to bring on the master of raffle ceremony.
Austin 316 just says, bring out that wheel. Bring it over here. And remember, folks, we're a spin this wheel. We're going to get a winner. And remember, Austin 316 said I just whipped your ass.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Champions. Thank you to everyone who entered across our shows today. If you are the jersey winner, you got to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name and address to claim your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Gypsy in the raffle for one. He gifted one on the morning show as well. So we're up to 60 total entries here on the Wheel of Champions. Good luck to everyone. Thank you guys for your support. It's the lean season now, right? We'll have OTAs for rookies next week and Jet OTAs and all that, but things start to slow down now. So only the Jet diehards are tuned into the show. Only the Jet diehards and the Asmaniacs are tuned in this late into any show I do at this point. So you guys are the best. Truly appreciate it. If you win the jersey, reach out and we'll get it sent to you as soon as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. The winner is... who better? Mimosa wins a signed Vinny Testaverde jersey. Let's go. Hit the Jet chant. Fireman Ed for Mimosa. Let's go. I'll give you one better. Mimosa the winner. Hit it.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
Mimosa winning a Vinny T signed jersey. Mimosa, I got your information. I'll have to make sure I get it sent out to you. Congratulations. She's watching the show live, which is awesome. We appreciate that. All right, folks, that's going to do it. But tomorrow's a big one. All right. Well, Jets news to discuss, of course. But let's be real. All eyes will be on the afternoon slate. Chef Kevin and Gary 3D Boxing. The winner will be the 2026 Asmaniac Madness champion. Only one can win. A tournament that started with 68 is down to just 2, and it's all on the line tomorrow afternoon. Get ready, because whoever wins will have earned it, and it's going to be a battle unlike any other. Thank you all for watching. Like the video, and please consider joining my Patreon if you haven't. It's a great way to support the show. It's just $6 a month. It's even cheaper if you sign up for the full year. You save about 15% and get 10 weekly raffle tickets automatically applied to this week's raffle. You get access to our private Discord where there's always something going on there. Your name added to the intro. We are going to update that in a couple days here. It's already the end of April. So big thank you to everyone on Patreon again. Robin Boy Wonder, Scott Piazza, who signed up for the year, Edward Morales, Gangrene Blood, Ro Delgado, Joseph M., Brandon Batts, all within the last week signed up for the Patreon. So you guys are the best. Truly appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. JETS. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers. Bobby and Charles are squeezing their knockers, taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Taking their shirts off. Bobby and Charles are damn sexy. Damn sexy. Let's party. Let's party. Let's party. Let's Bobby and Charles are hot and sweaty. Hot and sweaty. Let's party. Let's party. Let's party.
And to all, we'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on the Jake Asman Show. Good night, everybody.
I just had chicken. Chicken.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.